Christed path. The last couple of weeks we've been going over Jesus' first year of teaching, and he's given people guidelines and little understandings of how we can really begin to understand what his message is and what his gift is to the world. The Christed path. Once we begin to understand that our life is our path, and as we endeavor to walk in love, our spirit will begin to reveal itself to ourselves, and it will reveal itself to the world. As the Christ was revealed in Jesus' life, it'll also be revealed in us. One point and one thing that Jesus said over and over, Christ is love. Christ is love. A lot of times they'd want to call him King, worship him. Call no man on earth your father, God in heaven's your father. Christ is love, and love is King. These are real simple tenets of the Aquarian age. A lot of the teachings, the truth that Jesus revealed was for now, because we were ready. We were ready. We are ready right now. And all we have to do is say to ourselves, I'm ready. I'm ready. Is everybody ready? Yes. You just say, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. And this is where we're at today. If we can say, I'm ready, and set our intention to walk this walk, to walk with awareness and in the love. The thing of it is, we don't have to imagine anymore. We can look around and see all of our brothers and sisters and say, hallelujah, I'm glad you're here. Because we're speaking from our heart and we're allowing our Christ to flow from us and connect with the Christ of another. Namaste. The Christ in me greets, the Christ in me recognizes the Christ in you. That's the age that we live in now. It's living now who we really are. So this is what Follow Me is all about. This is what Follow Me is all about. It's beginning to know who we are and then give ourselves permission. Am I ready to be who I am? Am I ready to be who I came to be? And only we can answer that question. Only we can answer that question. I thought the divine dip was awesome because we don't have to defend ourselves about anything. Because if we just allow that love, that light I am to just flow, it moves out and transformation occurs. That's the Christ way. That's what Jesus the Christ was showing us as he walked. So the only way to truly know who we are is to trust God and the natural process of unfoldment. The analogy is, you know, when you see a plant in a bud, you have to just have patience, and then that flower will unfold, and then the beauty will be revealed. And so when we begin to start working with a little bit more patience of who we really are, we'll begin to unfold, and it's a natural process. Because we're the seed thought of God. It's within us. And so all we have to do is nurture it as we would a seed we plant in the ground. And naturally it will unfold. Just unfold. It's powerful to just begin to embrace the simple concepts. Very simple concepts. God is love. God is love. Love is King. To allow the love within to be king of our body, to be king of our life. And then we will unfold naturally our unique gift, what we came to share with the planet. I want to share one thing. This is Aquarian chapter 95. And Jesus is giving the people the Beatitudes. You know, thou shalt motus. Pay attention, people. That's all he was saying. So, chapter 95, it starts on verse 30. You men who walk in holy breath are salt, the salt of the earth. But if you lose your virtue, you're salt in name alone, with nothing more than dust. If you lose your salt, your savor, You're nothing more but dust. And you are light, are called to light the world. A city on a hill cannot be hid. Its lights are seen afar. And while you stand upon the hills of life, men see your light and imitate your works and honor God. Men do not light a lamp and hide it in a cask. They put it on a stand that it may light the house. You are the light, a lamp of God. You must not stand in the shade of earth, illusions, but in open, high upon the stand. And we've heard that paraphrased down to, don't hide your light under a basket. We are that seed of God. We're that essence. We're God's love made manifest. But if we don't allow it to flow from us, is anyone going to know that? It's just like a lamp or a basket covering that light. Covering that light. Well, think of it as our body covering our spirit. And our body consciousness with all our beliefs, all our fears, all our stuff, blocking our radiant light from going out. And to look at the belief systems that we have that dim our light, that keep us from even recognizing who we are. If we can just begin to allow, I'm ready to allow my unique spirit, my unique light, my unique love to just flow in my life. And you know what? None of us know what that's going to look like. Do we? None of us know what it's going to look like. When we plant those seeds, we're going to get a pack of pansy seeds, and they're going to be all different colors. And that's the way we are. We're all different. We're all unique. We're the unique essence, seed of God. And just to allow it, just to be. And we choose to be, if we're ready. And that's an important choice that we can all make. And once we begin to allow that light, that love that's within us to flow, that's when we get our flavor back. That's when we get our savor. That's when we are truly the salt. And people know who we are. We're not just these words. We're essence, we're energy flowing. And you know that gift, when we give to people our true nature, it helps to remind them who they are. And then they can begin to believe that they are a son of God or a daughter of God. Just that gift of allowing ourselves to be that authentic self, to be who we really are, who we came to be. They'll believe it of themselves. The walk of love through a fear-based world. Our world frowns upon a love-based reality. But we're changing that. We're changing the culture on planet Earth because we are choosing, all of us are choosing. We're choosing love instead of fear. We're choosing cooperation instead of competition. We're choosing to see the good in all. And all that does is allow our heart to continue to open, allow our energy to keep flowing. The Christed path, the path of love. As we walk through a fear-based world, we're challenged daily. We get to make choices daily. Do we want to be here now or do we want to live in the past? And that's the choice that we all have. When we begin to choose, I choose to embrace my spirituality now. I choose to embrace my spirituality now. How do I do that? The world's surely not really teaching us that. And a lot of religions on the planet aren't teaching us that. A lot of religions teach us separation from God and separation from one another. It's my way. And so we have to take that inner journey. Love is king. To go within and to listen to our inner guidance. The temple's within. The temple's within. And so as we begin to start making that journey within, connecting with that essence within, and then following it. So our work, walking the Christed path, walking the path of love in a fear-based world. The first thing that we could do that's real important is to set our intention to walk the path of the Christ, to walk the path of love. To set our intention. We go over that all the time. Intention's the key to the universe. Energy follows thought. So if we set that intention, I want to walk that path of the Christ. I want to walk that path of love. And it's my intention to feel God's love and support every step of my journey. Intentions are powerful. Because what we're doing with that intention is we're opening the door to Spirit. And now Spirit, i.e. God, is going to flow through us, is flow into our world to support us in that intention. To support us in that intention. That's that natural aspect of who we are, being a seed thought of God. So the first thing we can do is set that intention. It's my intention to walk the Christed path, to be the love of God made manifest. And by the way, God, while I'm walking, I want to feel your love and presence and support in all that I'm choosing. Because our God's a loving God, isn't it? That's the good news. The second step that we could do is begin to accept who we are. You know, begin to accept who we are. We're Spirit. And just like in the Beatitudes, where don't hide your light. You are the light of the world, you know, and you are to shine that light to the world, to your brothers and sisters. And so once we begin to just accept that, okay, I'm going to accept I'm the light, and then begin to give myself permission to shine it. And you know what? To shine that light through our body consciousness, where we've got all this cellular memory from lifetimes, to allow that Spirit of God, the light of the Christ, to move through us, to begin to transmute, to transform, to part the veils, to knock the walls down, to open doors, so that we can flow the light I am. So acceptance is real powerful. And you know, when we just accept it, it's another one of those natural things. When we accept that we're the light, our light just begins to emanate naturally. And what happens, it goes where it needs to go and when it needs to go. See, this is real powerful. When we say, "Thy will be done, Father," that's what that means. Because we've been having a lot of opportunities of playing in our ego, so we get to control a lot of things. And then when we control things and it might not work out the way that we wanted it to, well, then that would give us permission to judge or get angry. And then we could judge others or we judge ourselves. And then after we judge ourselves, the next step is guilt. You see, so we've been on this spiral, you know, that's turning us away from the light. See, turn back to light. So we choose to turn back. And when we turn back to the light gets even stronger. The prodigal son. Unconditional love. Do what you've got to do. It didn't matter. There was no judgment, anything. But the moment the son said, "Hey, wait a second. The servants in my father's house are living better than I am, eating better than I am. I'm going to go back home and be a servant." As soon as he turned back, the mom and dad turned. The force, there was a ripple in the force. I felt that. They never stopped loving their child, never stopped loving their child. But they allowed the child free will for experience. And when the child learned, and that's what our only, say, job, if you want to call it that, is to learn from our experiences. Learn from our experiences. Okay. Well, I'm not going to do that again, or, wow, I'm going to try that again. And then it's next. And next and next. So to allow our light to shine naturally begins the transformation process within ourselves, but also it supports the transformation love our brothers and sisters all of life. All of life. Seeing is believing. Don't we like that one? Seeing is believing. So if we can be the light and people see it, that helps them to believe that they are the light. That supports them. When one is helped, all are helped. It begins with helping I am. So then we're accepting who we are, and then we're going to be who we are. Be who we are. And that's very important, to be who we are. Just like, I like the word believe, be and live. You know what I'm saying? Be and live. Live your beliefs. Believe. I love words because they can open doors to us. Okay? So when we're being who we are, you know, that anchors in that identity, I am, and it helps remind others also. We're in this process of remembering who we are, and it is a process. See, the key to ascension is remembering who we are. We've always been the sons and daughters of God. The separation that we've been experiencing in our life is in our thoughts. Our thoughts create saying. And so once we begin to be who we are, and that's actions. Actions speak louder than words. We become the Word made manifest, which is powerful. And so when we know who we are, we're aware. So what we're doing is we're blending awareness, knowing who we are, knowing who I am, and then I am love. So we blend awareness and love. Now we take those two energies of awareness and love and put them into our world. And when we put those into our world, we can ask, what's mine to do here? What do I need to see here? You see? Because we've opened the door to that spiritual understanding. Awareness and love, two components, you know. And what happens when we use awareness and love, like I shared earlier, we don't know what's going to happen. It's having faith to take that step. You know, but what it's going to do, it's going to move us into truly knowing who we are instead of who we believe we are. Instead of who we believe we are. It's knowing who we are. And that's like a quantum leap in consciousness. It's a quantum leap in awareness and manifestation. To move from who we believe we are to who we truly are. Doesn't the world tell us who we are? Don't our parents tell us who we are? And inside, we know that's not who I am. That's not who I am. But how is the world, how are our parents, how are our friends ever going to know who we are if we don't reveal it? If we don't reveal it. And that's what walking the path, that path of love is all about. Allowing your Christed nature, your divinity, to begin to express in your life. Your uniqueness. Your uniqueness. Someone might have a green thumb, but if they don't use it, no one's going to know it, especially the plants. And people that can communicate with animals. Cindy's working with the 8 to 12-year-olds and teens today to help them communicate with pets. So everything has consciousness. Everything has consciousness. Everything is consciousness. So we go into our heart, the divinity, that God consciousness, automatically brings us into oneness with all of consciousness. And this is the time of transformation. I hate to use miracles, but, you know, if we just give ourselves a chance and just break out that box that we've been in for far too long, you will surprise yourself. You will surprise the world. That's the age we live in now. It's exciting. It's exciting. And to just say, I live in exciting times. Yay, God. We're in changing times, but they're changing for the better. We're in evolution. to the next step, the next higher step. Once we begin to understand who we are and be who we are, an important word for us to all meditate on is integrity. Integrity is so important. Because if we say we're one thing and act another way, how strong is our integrity? How good is our word? And that's what I hear a lot from people. People's words don't mean what they used to. Man's word used to be his bond. All these old sayings, you see? But it all comes down to integrity. To be authentic in what we do. If we want to give somebody a gift, give it from our heart, give it with love, because the energy is felt. If we give a gift without love, it's felt. Do you see? What level do we want to play on? We're the chooser. And we're moving into the love-based reality. That's where we're at. And so it takes all of us to just pay attention to our patterns, to our beliefs, to our memories. And how they serve in love. How they serve in love. And it sounds hokey, but that's the way it is. And it sounds foreign and weird. But when Jesus was sharing all this stuff, it was foreign and weird then. Because they were completely a fear-based world. We've come a little bit in a couple thousand years. But it's ours to be who we know we are. Because when we know who we are, now we're helping ourselves, and when we help ourselves, we're helping all. The law of one, because we are one. We are one. And once we begin to understand that, we begin to make choices. When we're spiritually guided, when we trust the power of God in our lives, our goals and results become secondary to just being who we are. Now, isn't that a radical shift for our world? And logically, we might think of that, well, that's impossible, you're crazy, Patrick. But you can never, we can never shift if we don't let go. If we don't let go. Like Einstein says, a problem cannot be solved at the level it was created at. You see, he's a pretty brilliant mind, So here, we know that we create with thoughts in this dimension. So what we're beginning to understand is, oh wow, if I create with thought in this dimension, I better start looking at the thoughts that I'm holding in my body consciousness. You see? That body consciousness that's shading the light. And then as we begin to let go of those that don't support us in our walk, that would allow us to be less than in integrity in what we're doing. The choice is ours. When we begin to understand that the Christed path is here and now. See, the Christed path is here and now. When we imagine, what are we doing? We're going to the future, aren't we? See? Expectations, future. You see? Dreams, future. Memories, past. Judgments, past. So the Christed path is now. Be here now. Be aware now. Be aware of who you are now. Be aware that you are the son, the daughter of God. You've got that light, that spark of the light, that Christ light within your heart. That's love, divine love. And just allow, call it forth. Set that intention. Get the whole universe supporting you with what you're doing. Allow it to grow and expand, and then support yourself. And then be who you are. And recognize your brothers and support them. And share them. Share with them how good they're doing. And we need that more than we think we do. We need kind words, we need words of encouragement more than we give. Because I'll tell you one thing right now, all of you are doing so much better than you think you are. All of you are so much closer to Christ consciousness than you think you are. And it's these little glitches of guilt and shame and judgment that we have in us. And they're not even that much anymore. But they're enough to dim our light, to get our attention. So what to do when we get that intention? Bye-bye. I am light. I am love. To begin to see ourselves like that, to see ourselves surrounded in light. You know, we see you guys as auras all the time. Everybody's got a big old aura out there. You know, we see holy pictures and Jesus has got an aura and halo around his head, or we see spiritual masters and all this stuff. Well, y'all have them. You all have beautiful auras today. And you know what? There's no difference in your light and the light that's in a saint or master. Do you believe that?
Yes.
I hope so. Because there's only one light. Now they might have theirs a little freer to radiate a little bit more, but there's no difference in that light. That's a powerful fact to know. That your light is the same as any master, any saint, because it's one light. And God said, let there be light. That's the firstborn. That's when we're born. Let there be light, the light that lighteth every man, every woman who cometh into the world. And so when we be here now with the awareness, I am spirit, I'm going to let my love flow through me, and I'm going to let go of the past memories. They had their day. I'm going to let go of the expectations. They aren't here yet, and who knows if they're coming. So what do I have? I have right now. You know, this is what's cool. So we can be born anew in love every moment. We can be born anew in love every moment. Okay, it doesn't have anything to do with saved. It's being the love. Giving love another opportunity to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And so as we begin to understand who we are and everyone else is, this is when we begin to respect the choices, the free will of others. And in the same process, to begin to respect your choices and your free will in your world. Do you know there's people that feel guilty because they're happy? Because there's people that are sad? I don't know. I'm just saying. Doesn't compute. Doesn't compute on a spiritual level, does it? It's a component of judgment there, which leads us into condemnation and guilt. To allow love to reign supreme in our life is powerful. And then the last step is to meditate. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Be still and know. Go within. Go within and ask that question. Then be still and listen. Meditation, listening, and listen. Then the stillness. And then I'm going to walk. I'm going to take that and I'm going to walk with that. So the Christed path is now. And we can choose it now. You all chose it today, so you got it. I love it. It's going to be a beautiful week. For all of us, it's going to be a beautiful week for the world. Because our energy is exponential. Our energy is exponential. So the little steps that, Spirit shared today, they're all simple. And you know what? They all make sense. But you know what? It's even more important. They make us feel good. They make us feel good. And it frees us to be even better. Let's go with that. And let's close our eyes. And once again, as we close our eyes, we're going to close the door to the worldly way and turn within to spirit. Breathe and just allow your consciousness to go within your heart. Just breathe in and just turn within and begin that journey going deeper and deeper within your heart. And you could be moving through the light or walking along a path, but we're going to go down into our heart. And just breathe and just feel how good it feels to begin to go within. It may have been a long time since we went within. It doesn't matter. We're going in now. We're being here now. We're going to ask now. So as you go deeper and deeper within your heart, just find yourself in a beautiful garden. The garden of your heart. And in this garden resides the one who cares. That divine presence whose love is unconditional for you on all levels, throughout dimension. So move through your garden and move to the center of your garden. And as you go to the center, you see the one who cares. They're standing, they're waiting for you. They knew you were coming. And I want you to walk up to the one who cares. And as you begin to get closer and closer, you can just feel the energy of love. The energy of love is just surrounding you. It's almost like pulling you to greater love. And find yourself standing before the one who cares. And look into their eyes. Feel your heart opening and connect your heart with their heart. And just ask to feel love. I ask to feel love. I ask to feel the unconditional love. I am. And just breathe. Breathing in love. Feeling that love wrapping you and holding you, just permeating your body, permeating your body consciousness. Just feeling loved. Feeling loved. And just breathe it in. Allow this love to anchor firmly so that you always remember how loved you are. So that you always remember the love you are. This is who you are. This is who I am. So in this place of love, unconditional, the space of knowing I am love. In this space of love, if you want to ask the one who cares now to show you an aspect in your life that you're ready to let go of, so that you can be lifted into higher love. And just breathe. Breathe and feel the love of God filling you, flowing to you, revealing to you an aspect of self that you're done with. And I want you to just send love now to that person, place, situation, experience. Just send love. Just send love. No judgments, no expectations, no memory, just love. Right now I'm sending love, unconditional. As I send this love, I'm going to trust the process of love. I trust the process of love. I trust the process of love unfolding greater in my life. And just breathe. And just see that energy disappearing. And just become aware of a sense of lightness that surrounds you, a sense of newness. Feel the one who cares smiling upon you. Feel your face smiling as you've just taken another step in your Christed evolution. So just breathe and look around this garden. Remember it. Breathe and remember who you are. Breathe and remember this love. How loved you are. And just become aware of a radiant column of light coming over you now. And feel yourself being lifted and transported through time and space back into this room, back into your physical body. So take a deep breath now. Feel your heart just quicken as you anchor in this divine love stronger. Feel your body as you sit in the chair. Feel a sense of lightness, a sense of peace, a sense of knowing who you are, a sense of knowing who I am. So just breathe and feel. Just gently wiggle your toes and fingers. Gently open your eyes. This new world that we're creating, we're to create it from our heart. This new world we're creating is to live with the awareness that I am love every day, to take it out into the world. This new world lives as we go into our heart and connect with the heart of another, and another, and another. You see, we're the chooser of the world we want to live in. We all chose love today. So we can all say, yea, God.
Amen.